What is this?
Native Honor Hours, they're picking on us. They said if it was them, they'd get more viewers than us.
Well, then
big
get them.
dogs.
We're putting you on.
We're the big dogs. We are the talent. You guys are the support
Yeah,
staff. Get it
you're our little
straight.
people.
Sarah, you're my little
we're,
people.
We're on another week.
We are.
We're back.
Ooh.
And we're
I have to raise my chair up. I don't like you. Look at me. It looks like I'm looking up to you, and that is never
You
going to
are
happen.
always looking up to me.
Never. What is, feedback.
Is it not working?
Okay, now you're good.
Are we on?
Monica,
Oh,
can you
okay.
hear us? Calling Monica, calling Monica.
Well, we're in a powwow. Is it powwow hangover?
Powwow. I used those exact words when I saw Julie Derberger from Service Learning. She says, what's going on? We're like, powwow hangover. I had to take Tuesday off. I got it together.
I'm
I came
surprised
to
you
work
didn't take
on
Monday off.
I can't. Monday I have to turn in the money, and Monday I have to put powwow to bed. Tuesday I woke up and I thought, I'm dying. Everything hurts. I'm dying.
What, do you want to say it?
I walked over 10,000 steps.
Do you want to say it?
That it was the most successful powwow we've ever
It was-
had.
Where's Gretchen at? Where's Gretchen?
And
It was. In
it kills
all
me to say this.
objectivity.
It kills me. You know I hate it. You know I hate to say this, and my throat is closing up as we speak. But you are right. Gary Farmer was amazing.
He was the man. He was the
Is he
man.
watching?
What's that?
Is he watching? Somebody call Gary.
You know
Tell
what?
him we're on.
He did ask when our show was. I'm gonna start watching that. I said, yeah, you should. We talk about you all the time. Cindy does.
I love
You know who we owe at least a call out,
family.
shout out
to Mike,
Mike.
and what's his wife's name? Mr. Know-It-All.
Pat?
Patricia.
Is it
Pat.
Patricia? See?
All right. You even knew the
Patricia
name. I honestly
Channel,
forgot.
who were the
Sarah Zimmerman
hostesses and
posted?
hostess with the mostest.
Sarah Zimmerman says they can hear us. Not always a good thing.
Yay! That's for my granddaughter. She does knuckles.
But don't you turn it and then...
Like that. No, it was.
You know who you look like when you do that? The guy who
Who do I
did,
look
not Freddie Prinze, but
I'll take Freddie.
the one you
Prinze.
look like. I can't think
Graham
of his
Greene.
name. No, Mexican guy.
George
He
Lopez.
did- George, yeah, you do. You look like George.
George Lopez.
I'll need some technical assistance with my chair because I am not looking up to Ed.
I really do.
Monica, I love you, but nobody can make me look up to your husband.
But
I'm
But
used
back
to
to-
looking.
but back
I'm
to
used to
powwow.
looking down on you from a lofty height.
back to powwow.
It was amazing.
It was.
You know what? We didn't have any complaints. Not one.
That's because we
Not
don't listen
one.
to him anymore.
I do.
I don't.
You know what? And if I heard the only bad thing about powwow is I heard my name more times than I ever
In
want to hear it
vain.
in my life.
Cindy, where's Cindy?
Cindy.
You know what I got a lot of too?
I just wanted to visit.
You know what I got a lot of?
What?
Where's Gretchen? Where's Gretchen? Where's Gretchen?
That was Gary.
Oh yeah, that was Gary. He was. She coming back? Is she gonna come back?
I'm too old for him.
What's she doing for dinner? I don't know. Ask her. But
She had on that cute little green skirt. She was rocking the look at powwow. I wore white. What was I thinking? Halfway through the day,
Wedding
I
day?
looked down, and it wasn't pretty.
your daughter's like, yeah, she has no business wearing white.
I wonder just because it's been such a long day.
We are not white wearing people. I'm a drooler.
But
I'm a goobier.
we had.
Are you getting sick? Your nose is running. Monica, Ed's getting sick.
No, it's not running,
Ooh, and from this view, I can look right up your nostrils.
but it's clear passage all the way through.
Clear passage.
You know, the hairs are clipped and everything. But we had.
Monica's out of town. You're taking care of your own grooming.
She doesn't clip my nose hairs.
Toenails?
No, trust me.
Oh.
No one comes close to my toes.
That's why I'll never be in a car with you when you take
No,
your shoes off.
No, I'll see. I'm pretty good about that though. I don't ever expose my toes. I always put socks on. Even going out in the summertime, I wear socks with my sandals.
Do they call you clubfoot?
Nah, trust me, you don't want to see that.
We don't
But
wanna see it.
Can we focus on powwow? Because
Yes.
it was
It was
It
amazing.
was the powwow for the ages, wasn't it, Kenny?
For us, it was.
Well, maybe not for the ages.
You know what?
but
We ended up having one pizza left over. Talk about breaking fry bread. We fed, my estimate is around 1,000 people,
Oh, we fed more than that.
at least.
More than that.
And the good
easy.
news is that breaks down to $3 per person. So we're thrifty too.
We are. But we had the
And you
most
know,
people.
We owe Gary Farmer a
9
huge-
drums.
9 drums.
The most dancers we've ever had.
We had 2 pages of women dancers.
Yeah, we did. That's just women dancers.
And you know what? It almost tripled what we had last year in payouts. Another time I had a nervous breakdown, and I don't even know why, because everything worked out. We had enough money for all the people.
I know
was
she
picturing myself writing
she always
personal
panics
checks.
and
Personal
like, "Oh, we'll
checks
be
for
all right,
payout.
all right."
Here, I was picturing writing personal checks for payout. Here, 25. Oh, by the end of the night,
Giving
people
out
were
bags
like,
of popcorn for
people were standing in line saying, "My name's not on the list." Give them the money. Just give them the money.
Even the drums,
We paid 9 drums,
we
Ed.
did. Even when we
9
didn't have
drums.
to. Oh, Kenny tweeted. We getting
Kenny,
anybody
are you
else
following
tweeting?
me? I still don't get tweet.
I don't even know what. I still haven't
I
figured
don't know
out
how to
tweet.
tweet. I don't know how to twit. I don't know how to do any of the T words.
No, we
But-
had.
Who knew Gary Farmer was a good MC? Who knew you were?
I did.
You were awesome.
You
I
two
did.
were
No,
the
no.
team.
See, Gretchen's just kind of patronizing me because
I think
No.
you were awesome this year. I think
Yeah.
this year, see, like
We
past
couldn't hear
years.
you.
were-
We couldn't hear you last year. We couldn't hear
I
you
could
last
hear
year.
everything you said.
Well, that's because Kenny and I, we did the sound check. We made sure all.
You know what,
We did,
Kenny?
we had it all
Next
worked
year,
out.
you're getting a raise. If anybody deserves a
Actually,
raise,
Kenny,
it's
she
our
said
little
that.
Kenny.
She said Kenny deserved a raise. I says, what do you mean? He walked out with 2 boxes of pizza.
And then if we would have had more than $3.50 left over after powwow, I would have so given
yeah, we
it
were
to you.
scraping change like this at the end. Any more dancers?
Oh, when you called me up and said, Cindy, there's only $100 in the contest winner thing, I thought, oh my God, there goes Intertribal's party.
But it was-
Hey, did you tell Gary to come back for the picnic?
You want me to invite him?
Of course. There's my grandson at
Oh,
the zoo
cute.
today without grandma.
Yeah.
What? Let's retire. Let's just do the rate. You know
Speaking
what?
of,
We gotta find me a rich man. I'll take care of you, brother.
you find her a rich man.
Find me a rich one. A rich old one. Real old. Real old.
He has really poor vision.
No kids.
Kenny got that. Look at her. You can't hit me.
Am I amused?
You can't hit
Is this
me.
I think you're so funny. Gretchen, am I an ugly old woman? Thank
Did
you.
I say that, Kenny?
Kenny did.
Did I
He
say
implied
she
it with
was
his
a-
eyes.
Wasn't anything of the sort.
He implied it. It was
All right.
implication.
Well, we had dancers, drums. It was.
Wow.
So let me hear more about the MCing again. That was like first rate, wasn't it?
We were nice to you for 3.5 minutes. That's all you get.
No, Gary was he was at his finest.
At one point, I remember thinking
I actually like
somebody
this guy you were
killed
thinking
Gary
of.
Farmer and replaced him with an actual human being.
This is an
You know what?
alien.
We owe the channels. We owe the channels.
Big time.
Buy them a cake.
Big time.
Buy them a cake. You know what? The only thing we did, we ran out of potato chips again.
I don't
And we
care.
tripled our
See,
order.
Kenny doesn't even care.
If I would have had to say one thing we could have done differently, could we have had any more vendors? And our vendors made money
Did they
this
make
year.
money?
They made
Are you
money.
sure? You ask all the vendors?
Uh-huh.
They all made money?
Who has to stay in the place until we leave? That would be
Okay.
me. Everybody's waving goodbye. Me and Gretchen are looking at each other like, please don't go. Stay and help us. Just pick up garbage. I was walking around with that white garbage sack thinking, I quit. I'm just going home. I'll leave Gretchen. Boys Town. God bless Kateri Hinman and the boys from Boys Town.
Did they come
brought
by
in
and help?
at the very end, they brought in a group of about 7 or 8 young men. And you know what? I didn't pick up a chair this year. Usually we're doing tables and chairs. And Gretchen, your kids stayed and helped all day. My little girl stayed and helped all day. Your wife and daughter stayed and helped all day. They had the tough job, that popcorn.
Popcorn.
I looked over and Monica was sweating.
Yep, she's popcorn queen.
We're out of all popcorn supplies. Honey, we thanked you for being such a fabulous daughter for staying all day at Powwow. You
But-
just did it so you could sit with the channels, I know it.
We left at 5.
We had, it was a very successful day.
It was a blessed day. Blessed, not successful. We rule. We rule. One more high five for us.
Even bigger next year.
You know what? Let's move. Me and Ed should just,
I know, I saw that.
we should just retire. We should just retire from the powwow business. I don't think we can.
I think I'm going to.
Gretchen, next year.
I
next
believe
year-
I am going to
You know what?
retire.
The bad. I'm walking right out. You know what the thing is?
It was a joke. It was a joke.
You,
Come on.
you and Gary will be our full-time MCs. And
We're a
you know
team,
what?
aren't we?
Yeah.
Everybody.
We was a team.
Everybody complimented James Mincy. I already locked him in for next year.
James is our arena director for life.
I told, you know, people say, oh, you need to change staff every year.
No, we don't.
Why would you do that? Because when you find people that work well, keep them. And
He
James
knows what we
Mincy
want.
doesn't take any gruff from anybody.
Guff,
He-
not Gruff.
No, it's
It's
gruff.
Gruff the crime dog.
No, it's gruff.
It's McGruff.
My dad said that. My dad said gruff, so don't
It's
go
Guff,
against
isn't
John.
it Guff? Somebody look it up. Dear, look it up. It's
There.
Guff.
Gruff,
Don't take any guff.
gruff.
How, it's shit.
It's Gruff the crime dog.
And Gretchen's cussing now. See what you've done? You
Grandkids,
finally ruined
remember?
her too.
Grandkids
And
watching.
anybody that spends more than 10 minutes with you is driven to curse.
Yeah, my wife was cursing up a storm the other night too.
Monica, please don't tell me.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
But brother Gary, I told.
I had
I told
doubts.
you. I thought he'd be good. And he was. Maybe Gary and I ought to go on a powwow circuit. Gretchen said, "You guys weren't that good."
No, you were good. I'm saying it's Guff.
Guff?
Oh, we forgot to pet a puppy today. Today was Pet a Puppy Day at UNO.
You
Our
did.
puppy's
You went
not
home
cute.
and put your dogs out. Remember?
Our puppy's not cute like that.
All right. Well, we all out of powwow. I thought we could spend like an hour on powwow.
I can't even talk about it. Can we talk about it next week?
Okay.
I'm powwow hangover.
Oh, I have just a couple suggestions on how to make it better.
No, not now.
Mm.
No.
No, I'm thinking about it now.
No.
Now's the time when you just
No.
afterwards you just Kenny's agreeing with me.
I'm gonna change the topic entirely.
No, here's what I would do.
I have a
Just
Trudy
this one
question.
thing. Just this one thing. Would you hear this one thing?
No.
It's positive. It's not anything negative.
My arms are crossed, my leg is crossed, and I'm
I've counted
glaring
to
at you.
3. You guys ever see Oh Brother?
That's one of those dumb men movies, like it's a mad
No, here's what
world.
I would do. I would put the traditional men's dance contest at the end of the first session, because that's when we had most of our people. We had the stands were filled, and man, those we had 2 contests. The head man had a special traditional.
Well, traditionally, we do our contests after dinner.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Was that not a suggestion for change?
No, we're not changing
No, because
anything.
at the end of
No,
the
I don't care what you say.
well, I've still got some objective
Don't point at my,
observers
oh,
here.
God. Monica, shut the hell up. Monica is correcting me on the internet, not once, but twice.
See,
She's giving me guff.
she's giving you gruff.
No, look what it says right under it. Monica, never mind. I love you.
No.
It says GRUHF, gruff. Low, harsh, hoarse, rough, brusque, or surly, a gruff manner.
No, that would be Zenday. I mean, that's gruff. As opposed to giving you stuff you don't want to hear, it'd be like guff.
Oh, okay.
See, she got it. She looked. So if I did it both, I would be both gruff
Is it
and
4
guff.
yet?
Are we done yet?
Can we be done? I'm done.
Are we?
There's just no way that we can top, I'm just worried that we can't top that powwow. You and I better just leave town.
I'm all for it.
I would like to, send out a condolence to our dear, dear friend and circle of grandmother, Johnny Stinson. Her husband of 57 years walked on. And Johnny, we're here for you. Let us know when and where the funeral is. We'll be there. Our prayers are with you and your family. She was I just saw her at Powwow.
Yeah.
She's one of our best vendors. Johnny, you know, our vendors have been with us from the very beginning when nobody came. I think that first year the vendors all together made $150. This year they were shaking hands. Johnny was, usually by the end of the night, Johnny's not smiling. Johnny was grinning from ear to ear. AK sold $400 worth. Me and Gretchen got a little bit lucky.
You probably shouldn't, let that be known over the, because IRS might be listening.
They don't know who AK is, and I'm an Indian. I don't tell.
They'll be coming after you.
Oh my God! If they want to come after my paltry earnings, please feel free.
They will.
Not correcting, informing.
No,
I know
will.
it, Monica.
They'll come after it.
I love you. Don't get mad at me.
Trust me.
Please, Monica, don't get mad at me. Please,
is she cussing you out?
She said not correcting, informing.
Ooh.
Because out of the two of you, I like Monica way
I know
better.
that.
And I would
Anybody
also like
that knows both of us
thank you
says the same thing.
For letting us have our end of the year Intertribal Student Council bash at Casa Zendejas.
Yeah,
I'm bringing Heinz 57.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You won't let
It's
me
coming
see
in
it.
my purse. Coming in my purse.
Cornelius comes up to me the other day. Goes, man, we're having steaks at your house again. I'm like, yeah. I said, man, those are really good steaks. You cook the best steaks. I thought, like, because you don't know if people are kidding.
Yeah.
When they give me compliments, because like.
You make a really, really, really good,
and I was
well
like,
done steak.
I was kind of like, really? Thanks. Yeah. You make the. Oh, and he said, I couldn't believe you make. You can cook that good. And I said, no, that's one of my my skills on the
Since
grill.
now we have determined you are in fact an Indian man, without a doubt an Indian man, because of, shall we say, a few shortcomings you may or may not have. We're surprised you cook, because real Indian men don't grill. Women, they sit and we women wait on them.
No, no.
Now let's.
I'm a traditional Indian.
We know, because we know all you
I
do
burn
is
my
grill.
meat.
Do you vacuum?
Is that what?
Vacuum?
Oh yeah, not at home.
Not at home? Do you do laundry?
No.
No. Do you dust? Do you load or unload a dishwasher?
No.
See, he is a typical Indian man.
No,
You
that's
do
just like
nothing
Indian. That's just
for
like
yourself.
A man in general.
No, Indian men are worse than even white men about that. And our mothers.
I do clip my own nose hairs though.
Hallelujah. You ever show up at my door with little tiny clippers in your hand? Just keep on moving, buddy.
You don't even have to worry about that. Never in your wildest dreams.
Just promise me that you're not going to be one of those old men who let it go and it's curling out your
I'm gonna
nose.
start braiding it.
Because when I talk to someone like that,
I'll be sitting there like
is look
this
at their
too,
nose.
just kind of.
Either that, or those old men whose eyebrows continue to grow and they look like McGruff.
No, trust me, my wife cuts those. When she cuts my
McGruff.
hair, when she cuts my hair, she'll trim
Does she
that
cut
out.
your hair, or does she use that vacuum thing?
No, she uses clippers and stuff.
Have you ever been to a barber?
Not since we started dating. Ever since we started dating, she cut my hair.
Probably because you had the Farrah Fawcett hair and she goes,
No,
No,
she used
Ed,
to cut it back then too.
Jordan showed me a picture of you.
Don't laugh.
I want it blown up and framed for the honoring. It's feathered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool back then. You
The
have to
one
admit
and
that.
only time my mom was kind of shushy. And
Was what?
Kind of shushy, kind of bougie.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze.
We used to go to.
feathered hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
Freddie Prinze.
Oh, Monica thought you were. No, it was from even longer ago. This was
See,
from when
that
you were
was it
little.
was the hair back then.
You know what? And your head was the same size it is now, I must say.
I've
You
always
must have
had a
been the
big head.
oddest looking child.
I've had the
Little tiny
Tristan
body,
had the
great
big
big
hair.
head.
I've had a big head always.
My mom
You know who
would
has
never.
a bigger head than me though?
Who?
It was proven today.
Chris Channel.
Chris Channel has a bigger.
My mom never allowed anyone to touch our hair but this one beauty lady at Hovland Swanson. So she used to send me home for the summer and back to on the res for the summer. And one year my aunt got the bowl out and she gave us all bowl cuts. I've never seen my mom violent until then. She flew across the kitchen table, landed on top of my aunt, and they had, shall we say, a discussion Lakota woman style.
Okay.
And my aunt never cut my hair again. So I have bad memories of home haircuts. My mom did the Tony Home perms. Oh, those were bad. I did it.
How
to
did we
Sarah.
go from powwows to bad haircuts?
We're just, I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. I'm free balling. Freestyling.
Freestyle.
Isn't
You, you woke your daughter up with that one. All right.
Isn't that a hip hop term?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think I'm hip hop-ish.
Is that a hippity hop term?
I think I'm a hipster.
I know. I don't even know what a hipster is.
That's what it means. I
What
thought
does
it
it
meant.
mean?
Never mind. I am not free balling. I would like to make that perfectly clear to the world at large.
You know, Sarah, we could have done without that. You
But
didn't
thank
have
you,
to tell
honey.
us that.
From now on, you can just Facebook me that information. I'm appalled at my own behavior.
Yes.
Shall I tell a story
No. Are there?
about your pretty little Sarah?
No,
Nothing.
she doesn't want to hear.
Not that one. You don't want me to share that?
Not on the air. Don't
I
do
would
that.
love to.
Don't do it to her.
I'm going to wait until she's not here. Remind me
Okay.
next time I have a good story.
All right. Well, so we're done with powwow then.
It was, thank you to everybody who came. That gym was packed.
It was.
It even started to get hot in there, which I didn't think was possible because they had the air blowing. Remember, we were freezing in the morning. Poor Mrs. Papan had to move her table. You know what?
you wanna know
And
the
even though we
chancellor
said
to me?
9 o'clock, guess what time the vendors were there?
8.
We were going to sneak in and have a quiet hour to set up our table and do all that. I pulled up, people were already in my parking space.
You want to know what the chancellor said to me?
What?
He said, "You listening?"
I am. I'm not
Yes,
deaf.
I'll listen.
I can hear you while I'm bent over, Gramps.
He said, Ed, this just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
Thank you, Mike Channel.
What did he say? Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Mike, you're gonna have to teach me some of these words. I thought it meant something totally different.
Yeah, and teach us what you did to Gary too. That put him in a good mood.
Mike, you are my brother.
Well, maybe some of us don't want to know.
So, back to whatever it is you were talking about.
Brother
that
Gary, if you're listening, if you ever catch this, is it a standing invitation for him to be our
Yeah.
MC?
As long as the channels are here to take care of him, I'm fine handing him our NC.
Maybe we should ask channels if they would be open.
We invited Mr. and Mrs. Channel, Mike and Patricia, to the end of the Intertribal Year Student Council.
I'll
Yes,
fry 'em
for the
up some
party for
steaks.
them, so they can have some steaks.
Because whatever they did was worth it.
We don't even know who he was.
Yeah, that was a different man.
No.
Happy.
I only saw him angry once.
Jovial.
Remember when you guys were looking at that girl walking away and I leaned in between you and I said, "You know who that was, don't you?" And you both said, "No." I said, "The girl who accused Gary of not spending money on the Indians in Pine Ridge." He had a little facial explosion. And I had a laugh. You gotta have fun at powwow when you get your moments. I didn't see one dance. Oh, I
You didn't
watched
see
part
one
of the
dance?
potato dance. I never get to. Because you know we start payouts shortly after dinner. No wand. Where was my wand? I had no potato dancing partner.
Gary never saw a potato dance.
Isn't
No.
that weird?
Yeah,
What, do they not have it up there in Canada?
must not. He said it was epic.
Oh, we saw Gary Farmer dead.
His what?
We saw Gary Farmer dead with blood pouring out of his body.
What movie?
That TV show on Sundance, The Red Road.
Oh, he died?
They
Oh,
killed
they
him.
killed him off.
when we saw him at the.
They
film
worked with him for
festival.
1 year. You knew he was killed off
Yeah,
in the
that's
second
true.
one. And early on, yeah, we saw him laying there, blood coursing out.
I have to watch that.
But, and you know what, though? It's so hard to even look at Gary when Jason Momoa is on the TV because, I mean, both Sarah and I, he crosses age boundaries. We both just are.
You know what John Free said to me?
What?
You know, his son, Ryan?
Uh-huh.
He was sitting he was my helper that day. You know, because I need a runner. You know, someone to go get this, go find. So he was my runner. And, you know, throughout the day, Gary was selling his CDs and people were coming
And
up.
Gretchen's son, AJ, was taking care of that for Gary.
Yeah, shout out to AJ. And you know, he was autographing them, and afterwards, you know, John Free came to class and said, "Yeah, I made my son's day." He was just, you know, he was sitting there and he goes, "Dad," he said, is that one guy famous or something? Because everybody keeps going up there." And I said, "Yeah, I am pretty famous."
Yeah.
Oh, you meant Gary.
You know, we had a movie star MC.
Yeah,
Too
you're
bad
up
only
there with
Indians know
students
he's
too,
famous.
with your other
What else
friends.
was he in that was, Ed's Dead Mother.
What?
He was in a movie called Ed's Dead Mother.
Oh.
What else what non-Indian forays has Brother Gary gone into?
I don't know.
Gary said, John said he was in, Police Academy. Remember the cameo in Police Academy?
I don't know if it was a cameo. Maybe it was like a.
Remember he was filming the
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah. But it was a good day. It was a good powwow.
It was a good day to die.
He was a bad
It was.
Because at the end of the night, I literally thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I found us a puppy. Me and Sarah getting another dog. We'll look
Are
at
you
that
really?
baby. Yes. I feel
You're
like
not
we
gonna
need-
get it.
We're getting it.
No, you're not.
We're getting it.
Sarah's shaking her head no.
He always says no.
All right,
I'm
what
saying
time
yes
is it?
to
Is
that
it time
one.
for Gretchen's Garage? Because Cassie has forfeited her right.
No, she has not. My best friend is going to be on the radio show until the day I die.
You just want to come in here and do your, because I don't feel like moving.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Just come on over.
You can have my chair, darling.
I don't wanna.
I don't
You need to
feel,
go smoke, don't you?
Let's drink.
if I'm
Another
sitting
one?
by you for a half hour, I'd
You gotta
say
go
yes,
smoke.
I do.
Smoke a couple of them.
She doesn't want to have to look up to you, so she's bringing in her own chair.
And go smoke some of the other kind of tobacco too that, never mind.
Hi.
All right, what do you got
So
for
mom's
us?
not here today. So tonight
She hasn't been here for the
No.
last 8 weeks.
She was here last week.
Oh, I wasn't here last
You
time.
were here last week.
Oh, I heard you guys missed me. You guys missed me, didn't you?
Oh,
Oh, I heard you guys were boring.
we were not
That's what I
boring.
heard. See, that's what Sarah said. It wasn't even funny.
She had stuff,
You
important
guys are
stuff
just
to do.
bitter when you get together.
We
start
were not
talking
even
about
bitter.
it.
Kenny had a blast.
No,
We
he
just-
didn't. No, they bring food.
No.
They bring food. See?
We had no food for Kenny.
See?
Poor Kenny. But
You
that's
didn't-
why we made up for.
All right, come on. Let's do the garage stuff.
Okay,
here.
so tonight, Mom has primetime reading at the Willer Cather branch from 6 to 7:30. Tonight's guest is Michael Murphy, the guy who plays the flute,
Is that,
and he's going to teach the
is
kids.
that the Indians for?
That's Indian for flute. The flute.
You know that, Kenny? Indian Sign Language for flute.
The flutes. And he's going to teach the kids how to make a flute and play the flute. And if you need a ride, you can call the library
Cindy.
for a taxi ride
Call
there.
Cindy. Cindy's jitney.
Sarah signed up to be an Uber driver and didn't even know it.
All right,
Also
all right,
tonight at they're having Wellbriety at
conflict.
NUIHC.
conflict.
Yeah, but it's another good thing to go to.
Are they feeding?
They will be providing a meal, and they're going to discuss what health topics and programs the community are wanting to see for the Native youth. And that is at 6 to 8. And if you have any questions, call Jennifer Walter at 402-346-0902 in RSVP if you can come.
I'm surprised you even announced that. 'cause
Why
it's like
not?
competition.
No, well, you know what? everybody can't go to the same thing, so.
Being funny, Gretchen. Just
Yeah.
ignore him.
And let's see, May 7th, we're gonna have the native honoring for a couple of our graduates, Chris Channel, Sarah. So that's May 7th. May 9th and 10th is the Haskell Powwow. I wish we could go.
I bet Gary Farmer isn't the MC to that one.
No,
You know what?
I bet not. We should go for a road
I
trip.
bet Eddie Z, the urban MC, isn't going to
No.
be there.
No.
No, they have someone who actually knows what they're doing.
But see, that's the kind of hurtful words that, that
You
I got
did
last year.
awesome.
that I got
You
last year.
rocked the house.
You don't have to patronize me.
No, I'm not. I'm saying you really did a really good job. You and Gary.
See, it took Gary
did.
to do that, huh?
No, you practiced. Remember all the practicing
I didn't
you were doing?
practice.
Every radio show you practiced. Okay, and then Circle of Grandmothers on May 17th at Hanscom Park. They're going to have a picnic and a grill out. So on Facebook, if you can just mention what you're going to bring so everybody's not bringing the same thing. So
I'm
that's
bringing meat for your
May
own family.
17th, and Cindy says, bring your own meat for your own family, and then everybody brings sides. So that's on that one.
So essentially, bring food to feed
yeah,
yourself.
just bring your own food.
It's just like,
Bring your own damn food.
Well, we all bring our kids and our grandkids, so we provide
Yeah,
everything.
just to hang out and have fun. And then next Friday at the NUIHC on Landon Court, Indian taco sale. And that's from 11 to 2. And that's going to help the Sacred Horse Society from Santee, Nebraska to do is that for the Dakota 38 ride?
No, it's for the women's ride.
Oh,
against
for the
domestic
women's
violence.
ride against domestic violence. So that's what the proceeds will go to for that. So.
she thinks I want domestic violence.
You want everyone beat up.
Hey, do you ride?
What do you mean, do I ride?
Chubby little
A
turtle
bike?
boy, do you ride?
A bike.
A bike? A horse?
Do you ride a bike?
I used to ride a bike. I have a bike.
I
But
have
now
a
I
bike,
just
too.
now I just
Oh,
ride
one
the
more thing.
stationary
One
one.
more thing. Book club, Wednesday the 20th. Don't forget we're reading The Business of Fancy Dancing.
I don't understand
6
anything in that
o'clock.
book.
But we'll watch a little film that.
The business of fancy
Yeah,
dancing.
we'll be watching a
You don't
film
understand
too.
that
so
book?
I haven't
It's
started it
poetry.
yet.
Well, maybe if you watch the movie, it'll make.
Yeah.
It'll help
Maybe
you.
because it's poetry. I'm not
I
cultured.
love poetry, so.
I don't understand poetry. You
I'm not
understand poetry,
cultured.
Kenny? A little bit.
Yeah, I get a little bit, so. But
You
anyways,
write
thanks.
Beautiful poetry.
Bye.
Wait, she's pushing my little chair back over.
Yeah.
So I can be tiny, so I can look up to you.
All right. No, to answer your question, do I ride a horse?
I
Did you ask that? Okay.
because I'm an accomplished horseback
I
rider.
used to ride a horse.
I love it.
One of my foster families had horses, and I used to ride.
My great
Let
uncle.
me tell you a story about when I first rode a
Of
horse.
course. Why wouldn't we?
No. Kenny, you want to hear when I first
I'm dying
learned how to
to.
ride a horse?
Ooh, tell us, Ed.
No, no one ever told me,
Please tell us a story
no one ever
about
told me-
yourself. How unusual.
how to ride a horse. It's just the assumption that since you're Indian,
Yeah.
you know how to ride a horse.
But you know what? That's true. Some
You
of
know
the
what?
best cowboys are African American and Native American.
My black father taught me how to ride a horse, not my Native American mother. She hates horses.
Well, see, it was just assumed that, yeah, he's an Indian guy. He must know how to ride a horse. So no one ever told me, we're going to go ride horses.
I'm
Get up on
sorry,
a horse.
but Eric Sherman wrote a poem for you. I used to have a friend named Eddie the Z. He would soliloquy talk about me, me, me. He's on the airwaves now.
That don't rhyme. Jeez, I thought it'd be roses are red, violets are blue.
Your feet and your head are poo, poo, poo.
Oh, that's funny.
See, I am poetic.
Isn't that funny, Kenny? It's funny, huh? Think that's funny?
I'm sorry, continue
Not
on.
funny.
Please, Ed, tell us the first personal story you've ever
Then she's
told.
spitting on me too.
Please tell us a story. I've never heard one about you. Share.
All right, then I won't then. I
No,
won't tell.
I'm
No.
agog.
No, you're not.
I'm hanging on your every word.
It's not that funny anyway. Well, I bet if you were there watching, it was funny because I get on the horse and you're supposed to you're supposed to like be one with the horse while the horse is going down. And no one ever. I just sit there, and the horse is going. And I'm bouncing, my legs
Please
are
tell me
coming
you
up.
were not bareback.
And yeah, it was sort of.
Ow.
It was like this. I'm like, whoa! Stop the horse! Stop the horse! Pull the reins. I'm like, oh, I'm pulling. They're falling off.
Before we were even allowed to ride horses, we had to be able to ride the barrel horse. They tied a barrel in between trees with ropes, and you got on that, and it was.
I thought it was those
sticks to try to
carnival
knock
horses,
you
you know,
off.
that kind of, it's kind of walk in a circle. I could hang no, but I learned how the hard way. Like you're supposed to. No, you're supposed to go with when the horse goes. You're like this.
It's like
and
dancing. You're just dancing with the horse.
Yeah, and I had to figure that out.
We
Because I
didn't
got a
ride.
li-
We
I got a
didn't
little
ride with
rhythm.
saddles. No saddle. No. And there were those mean little Indian horses. There was this one that would take off on a dead lope, stop and put his head down. He would fly right off. Shoo.
See, my foster families thought I could ride a horse, thought I liked camping, like fishing, hunting. I'm like, no, I don't do any of that.
No, you
I'm
were a
urban.
metrosexual before it was even
I'm an
new.
urban, just to the core.
You're a girly man.
I was the urban guy.
You know what? My family says that to me because when we go home, my cousin makes me do cow things, and I hate it.
No, we don't
I
do.
hate it.
Oh, and I had to learn how to milk a cow too.
Thank God no one's ever asked me to grab an udder.
You just go down there and you're like this.
Yeah, I've never uttered. There was no uttering. I'm not an
And
utterer.
you try to mess around like, thirsty? Open up. Like that.
Show us again how you did it.
You kind of tilt it like this. You gotta-
Are you watching your professor here? Anybody watching Professor Eddie Z?
They're learning new things about me. All right. Indian of the Week?
I don't know who.
We had a couple nominees. You know what's really pathetic is when you got more Knucklehead of the Week. Way more Knuckleheads of the Week.
Intertribal Student Council.
Intertribal Student Council, Indian of the Week. Gary
Us.
Farmer?
All of us.
Indian of-
Everybody who came, everybody who worked. You know what? We had more intertribal there than we've ever had to. And even the new poor little freshman, by the end of the night, Nate and what was the, Jocelyn? Jordan. Nate and Jordan were standing there and they looked like they'd been run over by a Mack truck. What valuable lesson did you learn that I tried to teach you, but you didn't listen to me? The week before powwow next year, what are you gonna do? No. No, she did primed. The week before powwow, I go inert. I go home
You go where?
inert. INERT.
Inert.
Monica, define inert for the idiot.
Inertia?
Inert.
I heard inertia.
Inert.
Yeah, I kept
Right.
going all week long. one
Yep,
day.
she kept going and I kept saying, you're gonna be really sorry. But that poor girl, by the end of the night, she was white, white, white. We were all white, white, white. That reminds me of a funny horse story. Speaking of white, 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 my dad was white, white, white from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was a city boy. When he would come out to the res with us, he would sit in the back room and read my grandpa's dirty girly magazines. So they talked him into riding a horse one time. They had to bring the horse up to the porch, so my dad just put one leg over. He had his big stogie, because my dad always had a big cigar in his mouth. He walked around the house once, he got off the horse, and he said, I never have to do that again. We saw me do it. Yep. Hey, I had a treaty question to ask you. Doggone it. The Rosebud just invoked a bad man treaty against the pipeline. Do you have any idea what that is?
I'm
I'm-
going to
I'm
go out on
looking
a
for it.
limb here, and there are provisions in there for exclusion, where you can exclude bad men from the res.
Oh. Well, is that doable?
Under certain treaties, they gave them. Well, most tribes have exclusion rules that you can exclude somebody from the tribe, or from the banishment, they call it, from the res.
Oh, here's me and Cassie.
That's scary. You guys are scary.
You know what we were talking about on Facebook the other day. oddly with Johnny. Johnny re-put up the pictures from Gary, with Gary and Myrna, that last concert. We were talking about that. Inert, having no inherent power of action, motion, or resistance. Chemistry, having little or no ability to react. So see, I went home
girlfriend
and I
did
was
that.
inert. I love you, Monica.
See,
A
even
little
1,000
Eddie-
miles away, she's a
And you know
crack
what?
research assistant.
But where are our sound effects? We haven't had sound effects since Monica left.
She's-
Plus, Monica
she's-
always
is
lets
she
me.
tweeting?
Plus, Monica always lets me know when her eyes when I've crossed the
You know,
line.
if she were to tweet,
She every once in a while she looks up at me like this, over the top of her glasses. When Monica looks at you over the top of her glasses, stop talking. Stop talking now.
no.
Mm-hmm.
What are we? So we're gonna do.
You're getting sick. Monica, Ed's getting sick. He's been blowing his nose all day.
Have I blown?
Yeah, you used a bunch of
Well, Mom,
Kleenex in my office.
Since
Do
the
you not
radio
know
show's
it?
been on, look at them.
You keep going like this, though. So either you're doing coke or you got a cold. Ew, see, don't. Ew.
No, we're knucklehead. Oh,
That's
we had
knuckleheads.
we had some nominees for Indian of the Week. Shall we talk about the real quick?
Are we gonna mention anything about the Omaha's election?
That would take forever. I should probably do an entire radio show on
Okay,
that. Let me tell you what's happening.
sure.
This is the public education part.
You have
of-
5 minutes
CSA.
It's a PSA to the Omahas.
to the Omaha
But I
tribe.
guess to, in general, all tribal members. My tribe is holding a secretarial election. You know what that is?
Yes, they were your tribe was at our powwow, getting people to update their.
Yeah, but you know what a secretarial election is? I'm not saying this to degrade you, I just wanna know, because there's a difference,
Don't they do tribal elections, tribal?
It's an election held by the Secretary of the Interior,
Oh, no, I didn't
the
know
BIA.
about that.
That's why
I've
they
never
call
heard
it a
of such thing.
secretarial election.
I've never heard of it.
It's like when your tribe amended its constitution,
Yeah,
they have to have what's called a secretarial election, meaning all the tribal members get to vote, even the ones that are off the res, who ordinarily wouldn't get a chance to vote, get to vote in terms of changing the constitution.
what are they
Because it
What are they
affects
looking
everyone.
to change it for?
I was just gonna explain. This is, and it's important, it really is. Because, to at least half of the members of the tribe.
I'm only laughing because Gretchen's over there sucking at you.
Well, she's a good student. She wants
Okay, excuse
to,
me.
she's gonna be a
I'm just getting
national
ready to
leader.
look up anything you say. Cassie, I'm on him.
We're having a secretarial election, and the purpose of it, the council, the Omaha Tribal Council, is proposing to amend the Constitution. What they want to do is they want to take the Secretary of the Interior out of future constitutional amendment elections. So right now, the
So
Constitution.
they want to take the BIA person out
the
of the.
Secretary of Interior out of the election.
Okay,
And their rules.
okay.
In theory, sounds like a good thing. Oh, we're going to exercise our sovereignty. The tribe is going to be in charge of, whenever we want to call a secretary or an election to amend the Constitution, we can do that.
Yep,
Sounds good in theory, right?
right.
Except in practice, what that means is that if we vote to approve this, to take the secretary out of it, and then we would go to the tribe's constitution and rules, and the tribe's constitution says that the only qualified voters are those that have residency on the
Ooh,
reservation.
yep.
So what does that do to those of us that are off the reservation?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot vote in future elections to change the
That's,
constitution.
they did that they just did that at Rosebud too.
Did they approve it?
I don't know.
You didn't vote. Maybe someone didn't tell you.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. Maybe we should post
We
this.
finally figured out why you're here.
Maybe
Oh
maybe
my
we should
God.
at least cut this segment out.
This
and then I can
is
put it
why
on the
Ed
Omaha
is
Tribal
here.
Facebook page. If you get, because I saw a couple of Facebook posts where off-res people were like, "Yeah, I got my thing. I can finally vote in a tribal election." I put, and it may be your last time you get to vote if it passes, because it's taken all of us out.
Part of me understands that, though. If it would be like me being allowed to vote for what they're doing in Colorado, or me being allowed to vote on what they're doing in the city of Pittsburgh. If you don't live on the reservation, really, why should you be voting on anything that goes on the reservation? So part of me understands that.
It'd be like if you live in France, you could vote for the president of the United States. Well, but it also.
That's different.
You're voting
That's
for.
the
Same
entire
thing.
United States. No, this is one small area. How, Kenny, if you were suddenly found out you were Rosebud Indian, would you have any business voting on how they spend their money, or who they elect, or how their environment is protected? No, you don't live there.
Do you want me to give you an example?
But that's not how the tribal people feel.
A counter
Yeah.
argument to that?
Yeah,
For example, how do they determine who gets higher education funds?
a white guy that's the Secretary of the Interior, or a
or
white
it could,
woman
no,
decides.
it could be the tribal education offices setting priorities as to who gets funded.
Which they do,
I know, and who gets first priority funding?
res kids.
Those are in the res. Those
Mm-hmm.
are off res. That's a common thing I hear. Well, my tribe doesn't help me. I don't get anything. Another thing too. Here's an even more important
But
issue.
and I've discussed this with my family, and you know what they say to me? Feel free to move home.
Here's another important issue.
Do you want to move back to the res to vote, or would you rather not vote and be off?
Enrollment.
Yeah,
Who determined? It would take a constitutional amendment to change enrollment,
yeah.
and that affects not just on-res people, but off-res people particularly. You know where
Yeah.
it has the biggest impact enrollment?
Where?
Indian Child Welfare Act.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I've been in situations where I get tribal council members, oh, we're gonna do ICA, we're gonna go and, no, your grandchild is not eligible because, no blood quantum. Well, we're gonna go and change that. No, you can't, you have to change the Constitution.
We had that discussion with a beautiful little young lady about to give birth today. All she wants is her child to be registered. Her dad is a full-blood Omaha, but they can't prove it.
Oh, my little granddaughter was crying and my daughter Sarah showed her the show and she stopped crying.
It's 'cause you look like a big old goofball. Oh, look at that car, a Thunderbird. Ooh.
You know who else is Indian of the Week? I wanted to at least nominate them.
Ooh, please do.
I think
'cause
it's
the
already a
knuckleheads-
foregone conclusion that, Gretchen and Cindy and Gary are Indian.
And
of the Week.
Ed, and every member of ITSC, and every volunteer, and the community 9 drums.
No, we don't want them to be Indians of the Week.
Everybody.
Not all those tribes.
Last year we had 5. We went to 9.
Those actors that walked off of that Adam Sandler
Right
movie.
on.
Yes.
Right on, brother.
And I was also reading where their cultural consultant
Walked off.
walked off too.
Right on. Aim fist. Give them the aim fist. You have to. Boom. Aim.
That wasn't an aim fist. That was the.
For me, it was the aim fist.
That was the
Right?
knuckle.
Is it the... Wait a minute. Is the aim fist the left fist or the right fist?
It was the right one.
Right fist, red fist,
I
blue
don't know. I
fist.
wasn't
Right
aim.
fist, you fist. You weren't.
Was
I'm
it
so
the knucklehead?
surprised because you seem as if you would be the aim type to me.
So you have to admit those are any other week. Let's
and-
call them future.
Okay, you know what? And what's really sad about this is you would think someone who is a member of the Jewish nation would know what it's like to have people stereotype you and all of that. And he turned around and did it to another group of tribal people. Adam Sandler's on my list. He's on my list.
We're not going to watch anymore. are we?
Which, I hated his movies anyway, so really, I'm okay
Actually,
with
I
that.
can't tell you one movie I've seen of his.
Oh, I had The Boys. Because of my boys, I've seen Happy Madison.
So does that lead us a great segue to
into
our knucklehead of the week?
yeah, Adam,
Is it Adam Sandler, the movie producers, or even
the movie producer who told the natives, if you don't like it,
you
leave.
can leave?
Or Netflix,
Or
who
we
came
don't-
out
we
and
don't want
supported
any-
them.
We don't want any. If you're too sensitive about it, we don't want you. So all of those are, or we left out Rob Winkleman.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't
You
know.
do too know who Rob.
I might
Winkleman
know, but
is.
right now it's went in one ear and out the other.
You might know him by his stage name, Vanilla Ice.
We
Did you
don't
know his
want,
name was
we
Rob
do,
Winkleman?
we don't, and did you notice he misspelled Choctaw?
He's Choctaw. Actually,
Please say he's not, because we don't want him to be Indian.
Somebody actually did his genealogy and found out that his Choctaw grandma, German.
Yes, thank you, God. We did not want Vanilla Ice. We did not want Vanilla Ice. I'm telling you,
there was
we
an
did
article
not.
that this is for all. This is another public service announcement. Public service announcement.
Quit lying. If you're not an Indian, for God's sake, you're not an Indian. Quit lying. Your great-great-great-great-great-grandma was not a Cherokee.
Or
People-
be able to back it up a little bit.
You know, anybody wants to argue with me, I have a little piece of paper with a number on it and an entire family lineage behind me. Here's the way the natives look at it. Here's the way the natives look at it. At least this is what the Native American College Professors Association would like it to be. Either enrolled member or lineal descent within 3 generations. My 7 times great-grandfather could have been Dr. Martin Luther King. That would not make me a African-American civil rights activist. You know what I'm saying?
Be a princess.
I am who I
Be a
I
civil
am who
rights
I am because
princess.
my mother raised me to be this way. Sarah doesn't have a choice. She has 57 cousins who would come up here and slap her around if she thought she was a little white girl. But so there, did you see that?
I did.
Yeah.
But who are we going to all of those knuckleheads of the week? We did a group Indian
Everything involving the entire Happy Madison production company.
Adam Sandler.
I did spit on you that
You
time.
did.
It was kind of on purpose. It's just nice to be around you and be smiling. We don't smile at each other before powwow, do we, Gretchen? Every year before powwow, we have to have at least one big fight to get everything out.
Gretchen had to witness it.
I know, too.
It's like, I looked over in the group. Because first thing I do, I see T.
And Ed's like, I don't need this right now.
I'm like,
Walking. I'm happy.
Oh, no, you were lipping right back. You were yipping at me.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
know.
got it
I
over with.
wasn't
I'm
gonna
like,
repeat on
30 minutes
I have
later,
grandkids, so-
30 minutes later, it's over. We're good. We're fine. We just had to blow off some steam.
Gretchen's on a walking.
I'm happy.
I'm happy. Oh, please stop.
I'll kill you at Zendejas. And Ed's like this.
I looked over and saw Gretchen. She was like, lest anybody think that it's just.
We're great friends. If a great friend can't take their stress out on another great friend, who are
If you don't fight
we?
with your sister, your brother,
Yeah.
you ain't a person.
It's a good thing you
We
weren't.
didn't- You didn't hit me in the head. I didn't trip you.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, that's because Gretchen was in the middle.
I can't believe you just said that. Oh my God! It's that powwow pressure. It's like, you know what? It's like we throw the biggest wedding in the world once a year.
See, the thing is, I wouldn't have fought. It's just as soon as I have a witness, as soon as hey, how you? It just wasn't a day that I was gonna.
Don't spend money without coming to me first. Treat me like Monica in that way. Do not spend any money without first running
No,
it
you
by
ask
the
her. I
woman.
spend money.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
We've seen you pull out your sad little 25-point folded $20 bill. It's got cobwebs on it. When you're unfolding it, dust falls out.
Anyway, we.
I love it when Monica's not here, and I can just have fun.
You can't hit me though.
Are we going to do this summer?
Are we, Kenny?
Oh, when are you going home? I'll Skype in from Colorado. I say if we can, we'll talk about it. This is kind of fun now. No, we don't. That powwow's over.
Now that I got time.
Hey, Winston,
Oh, no, that's
Upset.
right.
You know
The
what?
Squatchers, with proof,
Let's go.
irrefutable proof, next week.
Let's go.
Next
Okay,
week.
let's do it. No, next, yeah.
Like you
that's
really care
before the
about
honoring.
finals.
Yeah, no, we can't do it during finals week. I totally get that.
We're not having a show next week then?
Next week is the honoring on Thursday.
Can we still do a show? Why come we couldn't do Red Squatchers then?
Well, when do you want to do it?
Like now?
Well, like what day of the week?
Thursdays, like we always do.
No, I got a final that day.
Okay, no.
So the 14th then.
Okay, the 14th.
I can't do it the 14th. Well, maybe I can. I don't know, because I have oral arguments in the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals. And it starts
That's
at
okay.
9.
We'll do it without you.
You know, I want to see the tape.
Yeah, we want to see the tape.
I want to see the tape.
What tape?
I got, yeah.
Oh, we're not doing Sasquatch without you.
No, that's
No.
what I'm saying. I'll find out and we'll let you know. Have we have Indians of the week. We have Knuckleheads of the week. We're all powwowed out. Brother
Yep.
Gary came through.
I'm ready to go home and put on my pajamas.
All right. Oh, for my granddaughter?
My daughter gets really lippy when she's around you. Like, you're going to be able to protect her from me.
Yeah, huh? You should watch the kids too.
Oh. I'll do the underarm parent. That's my parent weapon. It'll numb your fingers for a good 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for listening,
We'll see
folks.
Bye-bye, girlies. Papa loves you. Bye.